Hello friend, welcome back for the last in a series of videos where we're looking at the 20 arguments for the existence of God from Peter Kreeft and Ronald Tacelli's book, The Handbook of Christian Apologetics. I recommend the book. They go into more detail. I'm just summarizing the arguments here. And let's go. Argument 16 is the argument from desire. And we find it in C.S. Lewis. He uses it a bunch of times. And it starts off this way, that for every natural desire that we have, there corresponds some natural thing in reality that corresponds to that desire. Natural desires are things like the desire for sex, the desire for food, the desire for water, the desire for sleep. We know these are natural desires because all human beings have them. We look across all societies and all times, and we see that all people have had these desires, and so they are natural. And all of those things correspond with something in reality, like food and water and sleep and sex. This is as opposed to an artificial desire, like a desire for money. Money itself is an artificial thing, so the desire for money is an artificial thing. When we look at art and literature and poetry and philosophy throughout the ages from all societies, we see that there is this desire in us for something that this world can't satisfy. We have a natural desire for something outside of this world. Therefore, something outside of this world must exist that can satisfy that desire. And that thing is God or heaven. Argument 17 is the argument from aesthetic experience, and I'm just going to read it because it's very short. There is the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. Therefore, there must be a God. You either see this one or you don't. If there is no God, and the world is just purely materialistic, then beauty is not a real thing. All of our experiences of beauty and aesthetic experiences are really worth nothing. They're just things that we like. But if beauty has any objective existence, then there has to be a God from which it has a source of existence. Argument 18 is the argument from religious experience. We start by observing that many people from every age and in every culture have had some experience of the divine. Now, either these people are all deluded, or they all have some experience of a real thing, some objective source of the divine. Now, the most likely thing is that all of these people are not deluded, that they have had some objective experience. So therefore, it is most likely that there is a God that they have experienced. Does this argument really work? Well, look at it. How likely is it that all these people from every age and in many different societies are all deluded? If you look at the people, they don't seem to be deluded in many other ways, so why in this one particular way? And that they all have this same common delusion. Argument 19 is the argument from common sense, and it's very much like argument 18, except that it goes this way. We look throughout history and we see in every age, in almost every culture, there is a religious belief. Either almost all people in every age are wrong in this matter, or they're right. Again, it seems most likely, because of the vast experience here, that they're not all wrong in this area and that they're right. Therefore, it seems most likely that God exists. Argument 20 is not really an argument for the existence of God, it's more of an argument for faith, and it's Pascal's famous wager. You can either choose to believe in God or not. And then on the other side, either God exists or he doesn't. So if we put this into a grid, we can look at all the possibilities. If God does not exist, then you lose nothing either way by believing in him. If you believe in him, you lose nothing, and if you don't believe in him, you lose nothing. However, if it turns out that God does exist, and you don't believe in him, then you lose potentially everything. But if God does exist and you do believe in him, then you gain potentially everything. And so if you're undecided, and you have to choose something based on the options available, it makes the most sense to believe in God. And so to summarize, some arguments are better than others, Some are in the form of proofs, some are arguments where God is the most likely explanation, and then the last one is really just an argument for faith. But another interesting thing is that there are so many arguments for the existence of God. The very force of that is itself an argument. Also, it's important to note that the God that we have at the end of all these arguments is not necessarily the Christian God. We don't have a triune, one God, three persons kind of idea. What we end up with is an unchanging, intelligent essence of existence. Again, that's not the Christian God, but it is quite a bit, and it's certainly something that we can call God. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and share with your friends.